For so many years, I had the idea my life was on hold. My life was simply frozen. I had this inside feeling, this urge that I needed to do something in my life, to move forward, to move away from the place that I was in at that time. I simply did not know what to do exactly. I tried so many things and I always came back into the same position. My life went in circles. I knew deep down inside that what I was doing was not creating 100% satisfaction. It wasn't creating a lot of happiness. It was not energizing me. Yes, I had a good life. I'm not going to complain about it, but I wasn't living the life that I wanted to live. I needed to move forward. And in order for me to move forward, I needed to do certain things. And I thought I tried everything. I thought I was doing the right things, but the results showed me otherwise. I kept coming back into the same position. I was stuck in life. Hey guys, today I want to talk about something that I've personally struggled with, and I know a lot of other people do too, and that is feeling stuck. If it was in my career, in my relationships, in general in life, I really felt that I was living life on certain conditions, on certain terms, and they weren't really my own. Everything that I did, even if I was a little bit successful, even if I got complimented by others, I still had this weird feeling, this weird friction, this weird layer of frustration, this feeling of I'm not really making the decisions that I want to make. I was doing everything that everybody told me. I moved into the direction that other people told me to move into. I did what other people told me was the best for me. And now that I say this out loud and after all these years of working on myself, I understand that is exactly why I was stuck. I wasn't following my own path. I wasn't doing what I actually really wanted to be doing. If it was me working in an office job, if it was me being a self-employed man, if it was me being my own business owner, there was always something telling me that I was not completely happy. I had those mornings that I woke up super energized, telling myself this is going to be an amazing day. And I did everything on my to-do list. I did everything that other people asked me to do. I was genuinely trying to satisfy the people that I looked up to. And still there was this weird sense of I'm not feeling that my life is good enough. There were even times that I thought, is this life? Is this what it's supposed to be like? Is this what you should feel? Is this how it works, working on other people's dreams? Like I said, even when I was a self-employed guy, I had the feeling that every customer, every client that I had, I was helping them move forward, but where was my movement in the forward direction? I was stuck, guys. I was on the hamster wheel. I was trying to live from day by day on the conditions and terms of other people. I was not doing exactly what I wanted to be doing, because what I wanted to, and all my ideas, they were weird, they were stupid, they were too big. No matter what it was, but there was always somebody commenting on them. And that kept me stuck. It was in my relationships, in my career, actually in life in general. I literally asked myself this question: is this what life is supposed to be? And guess what? Because I was in this frozen place, my answer was yes, suck it up, princess. This is what it is. And I truly believed this. I looked around at my friends, my family, the people that were close to me. I saw that we were all doing the same thing. You do the same thing every day, you get quite similar results, and you have a few people that are really successful, but they're just lucky. They're just the chosen ones. They're just the ones that maybe have something special that is helping them out. But we're all the same. This is what life is supposed to be. Deal with it. As soon as I understood that doing the same things over and over again, bringing me the same results, was creating friction, frustration, anger almost inside myself, I knew that I was in a place I didn't want to be in. I knew in order for me to move away from it, I needed to do things differently, but I had simply no idea what to do. I had no idea how to get out of this frozen place. I had no idea how to move forward. I had brilliant ideas. I had creative ideas. I saw pictures. They were bigger than Walt Disney. I had the idea to help people live healthier, happier lives. We need big centers. We need wellness hubs. And everybody just told me all the reasons why that would never work, why that would never happen. And to be honest, they sounded so logically correct that I believed them. So I just went to the job that I had. I just went to the gym that I went to. I just spoke to the people that I spoke to every single day. I just kept doing what I was doing. And guess what? I got the same results. I had no idea how to move away from this. And it made me so frustrated that at one point I never really enjoyed anything anymore. My girlfriend wasn't making me happy. My work wasn't making me happy. My hobbies weren't. My friends weren't. My lifestyle wasn't. Nothing could really make me put a genuine big smile on my face. And that's when I bumped into, thank you so much, YouTube, into a video where I heard somebody speaking about maybe you're stuck. Maybe you're doing the same things over and over again and that keeps you stuck. And in order for me to get out of that position, I needed to do two things first. Number one is I needed to take 100% accountability. I needed to make sure that I took the responsibility for my results. It was me creating this frozen place where I put myself in. And number two is I needed to be 100% honest towards myself. If you have ideas, work on them. If you have the feeling I need to do a certain action, a certain behavior, and it's not going to be easy, do it. You know what is best for you. Stop listening to others. Stop thinking that other people's expectations are more important than your own dreams. Step by step, build them. Right now, here in Thailand, Hua Hin, I'm building a wellness hub. My first one. It's going to be a combination of spa treatment, of exercise, of mental health, of coaching, saunas, steam rooms, ice baths, gym, healthy food, remote workers space. All the things that I find important and that I want to create for others, I'm building it now. And it's not as simple as it sounds in this one video. I'm doing it, I'm building it. Guys, I'm already excited for you. Stay tuned. If you want, take 5 seconds out of your day, share this with one person, and let's dive into how do I know that I'm stuck and how to get unstuck. Be amazing, guys. Let's go. The first thing that you need to recognize is, are you stuck? Are you in a frozen place? I've been there. I had those days, I had those mornings that I woke up, I had a full schedule, I was quite successful. Everybody was always talking in a positive way about me, that I work so hard and I'm so talented, I'm so good at what I did. I had a very comfortable life with a beautiful apartment, a great location in my hometown city, and yet I had this weird feeling inside. This unsatisfied feeling that nothing that was actually good or happy or positive around me could really fulfill. I had this feeling of a hamster wheel. No matter what I did, no matter how hard I worked, no matter how early I got up, no matter how late I worked, no matter how many people said that they had a fun time with me in the gym or in a coaching session that day. When I came home, I felt like I am in the same position as I was this morning. I'm in the same position as I was weeks ago. That is the feeling of being stuck. It doesn't matter how hard you work. It doesn't matter how good you are at what you do. It doesn't really matter if your life is comfortable already. It is about your sense of feeling inside. And yes, you have to be very careful with your feelings, because feelings are only as real as you make them. But if there is a feeling that keeps recurring, if there's a feeling that keeps coming back to you, if there's a feeling that is very, very present, it's time for you to dig in a little bit. And that's exactly what I did. I started listening to what exactly creates this feeling. Why do I make myself feel this way? Why is my pattern, my behavioral pattern, creating this feeling? And that why question was eye-opening for me. Well, the answer was eye-opening for me. The reason I was stuck was because I always chose the comfortable decision. I always chose the comfortable option. I always chose the one that I did not fear. I knew how to train people. I knew how to help people. I knew how to be a nice guy. I knew how to be whatever it was that I was doing. I knew this already. But in order for me to feel more satisfaction, to feel more appreciation from myself towards myself, I needed to make scary decisions. I needed to maybe start a new business or grow myself as a personality or dig into my past traumas and develop myself as a person. And those were the scary choices. And I left them for a very long time. I chose the comfortable one, the safe one, the one that was known, the one that I knew how to do. I made a decision. If I want to feel different, I need to become a person that creates different routines. I changed everything in my life. Not at once, of course, step by step, but I told myself that day, from this moment on, I'm going to do everything different. Step by step, but every single aspect of my life, I'm going to push myself outside of my comfort zone. And it started with being 100% responsible and taking accountability for my own results through my behavior. And aspect number 2 was the honesty. Be 100% honest to yourself about your decisions. Yes, it's going to be flipping hard. Yes, it's going to be super complex. But I know I can do it as long as I keep going. Because if people in my environment could change their life, that meant I could do it. So if I have the power to make myself feel stuck, if I have the power to put myself in a frozen place, that also means I have the power to get myself out of there, to move forward. I have the power to change my life into the other direction. How do we get stuck? You get stuck if you keep fearing the next step. If you are anxious to move away from what you know. It has nothing to do with laziness or with willpower or discipline or motivation. I was somebody that woke up really early, that was disciplined. I did not care about how I felt. I did what was needed to be done. And yet I was still feeling stuck. You have to make sure that you understand that being stuck means you are unsatisfied with the results that you have created. So if you keep doing the same thing, you might be a very disciplined person. If you are capable of doing the same thing over and over again, you might have a huge willpower. You're just not using them in the right way. It is like you have a super talent for race car driving, but you always take the bike. If you have the wrong vehicle, you will never become that race car driver. If you have extreme discipline and willpower, but you put them into action to do the same thing over and over again, you get the same results. If you could use those powers within you to break out of this cycle and start a new one, now you can use your willpower and your discipline for something else. The thing that keeps you stuck, that's fear. It's fear for the unknown. It's fear for the hard work. It's fear for failure. Fear keeps us stuck. Fear keeps us in the same place. And our brains are made to keep us safe. Our brains are made to keep us in our comfort zone. Our brains are made to make our lives easy and smooth. And that's exactly what the comfort zone is. That is where we get stuck. That is where we feel the hamster wheel. So it keeps us in our comfort zone, and in comfort zones, nothing really special happens. It is a nice and safe feeling, but it's not necessarily a good place for us. Every single time that I tried to get out of my comfort zone, I had these nagging thoughts. There was this voice in my head. What if I'm not good enough? What if I fail? What will other people think about my dreams or my goals if I share it with them? What if they see me do this and they will start laughing at me? What if they judge me? I had all these thoughts, expectations from others, but also internally. You are not good enough. Why would you be successful? Why do you think that you're going to succeed if none of your friends have ever done this before and they're much smarter and they're much better? They're much stronger. Why do you think that it's going to be you? This nagging voice inside me, that was something that kept me safe in my comfort zone. I didn't feel good about myself, therefore no action. I didn't trust myself, therefore no action. I didn't believe in myself, therefore no action. So I started to understand, in order for me to break free, to start doing the things I really want to do, I need to go back to the roots, to me, inside. I need to feel good enough. I need to believe in myself. I need to trust myself. I need to make sure that my self-confidence is much higher than it is right now. What I needed to do is to break free from my own limiting beliefs. Understanding that the comfort zone that I'm keeping myself in, that is the reason I'm unhappy, I'm unsatisfied. That is the reason I am stuck. So I started this self-development journey, that's what it's called these days. I started to work on myself. I started to create a higher self-confidence. As a matter of fact, the very first step, I called it self-trust. You know how I built it? It's very simple. You have to try this because it is almost a cheat code. It is so easy and it works. I made promises to myself that I was not allowed to break, and I started very small to create the habitual pattern, to make sure that my patterns inside my cognition understood I am a trustworthy person. Because if I can't trust myself, that trickles over in every other aspect of being myself. I told myself, I'm going to get up every morning. I think at that time it was 5:30 or 6. It's 4:30 these days. Get up at 6 o'clock, and the first 3 things that you do are make your bed, drink a glass of water, brush your teeth. That means at 6:05, I already achieved 4 things. I already ticked off 4 things of my to-do list. I could celebrate already 4 aspects, 4 goals, 4 achievements. I woke up at 6, I made my bed, I drink a glass of water, I brush my teeth. And it's not exactly these 4 things that made me this successful person. It is the behavioral patterns that created this. Because I wake up at 6, now I have more hours in my day. Now I can spend time on my work without any distractions, because the majority of people is still asleep. There's no phone calls, no text messages, no emails coming in. I was creating work from 6 till 7:30 when I had to leave the house. Because I make my bed, I show myself I'm clean, I'm organized, I'm a neat person. I make sure everything is tidy. So because I made my bed, I also put the pillows on my couch how I liked it. I made sure that the table was clean. I made sure the house was clean. But I only told myself to make my bed. Drink a glass of water. But because I drank a glass of water, I maybe also snuck in a bit of fruit. And then that trickled over into eating a healthy breakfast. And then my morning routine became a super healthy one. Brushing my teeth, just to make sure that I take care a little bit of myself. But because I was brushing my teeth and I was there anyway, you know what? Why don't I do something about my skincare? I worked in gyms. I was there the whole day in the blasting AC, making sure that my skin looked a little bit better. The self-care routine went up. So by just setting these simple, very small and very achievable goals for myself, those 4 things, my habitual pattern, my mindset completely changed. I trusted myself because I did this. I made a promise and I fulfilled the promise. It wasn't an empty one. I took care of myself. I saw myself as an organized, clean person. And this all snowballed into a healthier, happier me. It built my self-confidence as well because I was taking better care of myself. I was taking better care of the people around me. The people around me start complimenting me, and there's another snowball. So what I would like to indicate to you guys with this is start as small as possible. Don't let your nagging voice tell you that you are only doing something so simple and therefore it has no value. Challenge that thought by saying, yes, it's a very small task, but at least I'm doing it. Yes, it might be easy for a lot of people, but for me it isn't, and I'm proud of myself. And that brings me to the last step, guys, what really creates behavioral change. You have to make sure that you celebrate the small victories big. Don't wait for huge changes to have a huge celebration. Every single day that I made my bed or I brushed my teeth, which are quite normal things to do, I told myself how proud I was of myself, how much I should love myself. I made it huge. I made it a real big achievement, because that way my confidence, my self-love, and my self-trust were just growing and rising. Make sure that you start very small. So let's say you have a 9 to 5. You have no time for this, right? There's no possibility for you to work on other things than just your job, your commute, and then the kids and the family and your social life and your hobbies. There's always time. If you wake up at 7:30 at the moment, wake up 5 minutes earlier. You know why? Just to break the cycle. And in those 5 minutes, you're going to write something. Or in those 5 minutes, you take a little bit longer shower. Or in those 5 minutes, you just have a little bit more time for your healthy breakfast. Break your cycles. Create new patterns. Do not adjust the old ones, create new ones. Start small, be proud of yourself when you do it, and if you fall off the wagon, if you miss one, don't beat yourself up. Talk to yourself in a way you would talk to your best friend. Hey, it's okay. Today you might miss this certain goal or this certain target. But guess what? You did the other 3. Guess what? You're going to do it tomorrow. I'm proud of you. I love you. Let's go. Like I said in the beginning, it almost felt like a life sentence. I asked myself the question, is this really what life is about? Is this what life should feel like? I really believed for a way too long time that frozen place, that place that I was stuck in, that was life. Guys, being stuck is not a life sentence. It is something you put yourself in and you can get yourself out. But yes, you have to get uncomfortable. You have to push yourself. You have to make sure that you're able to keep moving forward. And that starts with small actions. If you're capable of changing your habitual patterns, if you're capable of changing your mindset, if you're capable of telling yourself every single day 5 things that you have done that day that were for you and your personal growth, you will see a completely different person in just a few months' time. You have to understand, if you want to get unstuck, you're the one that put you there, and therefore you're the one that can get you out of there as well. The last part of today are your action steps. That's what I would like to go over with you. Make sure that you understand everything that we discussed. Make sure that you believe in yourself. Make sure you believe that you can change this. You are in control. Most people think that they're stuck in their whole life. Your life is stuck because there's a certain area of your self-perception that keeps you there. All right, let's run through the action steps that I've created for you guys. There's a download link as always. If you would like to download this and start working on yourself, totally fine. And otherwise, just keep listening. I'm going to give it a quick run through so you understand what to do later. Don't forget to share this with at least one person because it will help them as well. And of course, it helps me. So let's dig into the assignment. Step number 1 is reflection. What area of stuckness is actually keeping you in the same position? I want you to describe the feeling. I want you to sit down and write it out. If you can, please do this with pen and paper. Handwriting is always better than typing, just for your neural connection. Make sure that you take the time for this. Discover what area in life you are stuck. Number 2 is understand the reasons. Understand why you keep yourself stuck here. Why is it that you are not pushing yourself out of your comfort zone into the next actionable steps? Why exactly are you doing what you're doing? In the assignment, you can see it's all about your beliefs. Your belief system keeps you there. So you need to start understanding and recognizing, what is it that I hear? What is my inner voice telling me? What is my limiting belief telling me? What is my personal truth at the moment that I need to change? That is step number 2. Step number 3, like I said in my own personal experience with those 4 eeny-meeny goals in the morning that just made my habitual patterns explode into a positive one. Set very small and achievable goals. Start small. Create self-trust. Create self-confidence. Make sure you show to yourself that you are a trustworthy person. that you are somebody that has a form of discipline, that you are a person with some kind of willpower. Make sure you understand, you get to know yourself. Number 4 is visualization. See yourself already doing this. I do this during my meditation. Sometimes I do it eyes shut, sometimes eyes open. But what I like to do is visualize and see myself already doing what it is that I want to be doing. I saw myself many years ago in a house with a pool. That's what I was working for. And I worked very hard for it. But because I knew why I was doing it, I have now created that dream into a reality. And the last step, which is step number 5, that is creating accountability. Maybe you shouldn't do it on your own. Pick 1, maybe 2 people around you that you know you can trust and they won't make fun of you. They are positive, they are energetic, they are a support system for you. And you also know that they will challenge you and keep you accountable. So if you would say, hey guys, I have a new challenge from now on. I'm going to wake up at 6 o'clock every morning and I'm going to drink water, eat a healthy breakfast. Those 3 things, that they are supportive, that they are there for you and keep you accountable. So they will ask you, hey, how did it go? Hey, how was your week? How many days did you achieve? How many days did you miss? What can we do to help you? And maybe they want to join you. Make sure you create an environment where you feel safe and supported at the same time. It could be online these days or in your close environment with maybe some friends. But make sure that you have an accountability factor. Make sure that you reflect on your progress. Make sure you reflect on the process. It's totally fine if you miss 1 or 2 days, but don't accumulate them in 1 week. Let's say you do 3 days of morning routine and it's amazing. You feel good. Day number 4, something happens. Maybe you went to bed late, maybe you had a nightmare, whatever, but you chose not to do your new morning routine on day number 4. You have to push yourself in number 5, I have to do it today. Day number 5, it has to happen. I want to create a new habitual pattern. That means I need to practice that pattern. You need to repeat it. You need to go over this. You get good at what you do most of the time. That means if you are good at snoozing, you snooze all the time. If you want to break that cycle, stop snoozing. That is the easy part. Now you have to do it. So the very next morning, as soon as you hear the alarm, rotate your body, put your feet on the floor, get up, tap the alarm, get out. Don't go back into your old pattern. The more you practice your old pattern, the stronger the connection grows. The less you do your old pattern, the thinner the connection will grow. That means if this one is thinning, the new one is getting thicker and stronger and better. And that's how you grow. Make sure you keep yourself accountable. Make sure you reflect on your progress and you reflect on the process. What is going wrong? How can I make it easier for myself? For example, if you want to drink that glass of water every morning, why don't you put it next to your bed already in the evening? So it's right there. If you want to go to the gym, why don't you just put your gym gear ready? Why don't you just put your gym bag there? The towel, your clothes, your shake, put everything already in place that as soon as you wake up, you can't miss it. Make sure you make things easy for yourself. Make sure that the old you can't cheat on the new you. Make sure that you're in control and not your mind that wants to keep you in your comfort zone. And the last step, the most important one, guys, is celebrate your small wins big. Be proud of yourself. Be happy with who you are. Thank yourself for creating the challenges. Thank yourself for the hard times, because through the hard times, that is where you shape yourself. That is where you get yourself going. That is where you get yourself flowing. Make sure you celebrate the stupid, silly, small things super big. Don't listen to, it's stupid, it's silly, it's small, everybody can do this, it's never gonna work. Challenge your negative thoughts. Think about 1 or 2 episodes before where we said negative thoughts are only as true as you make them. Challenge your negative thoughts. State the opposite. I'm so proud of myself for drinking this glass of water and brushing my teeth. I know for some people this might be simple and easy, but for me, wow, I'm so happy I did it. I'm so proud and I feel strong. I know I can trust myself. I know that I'm a good person. And you know what? I'm going to do this from now on every single morning. That's a different kind of self-talk than it's just a glass of water. Come on, what are you on about? This is never going to make you successful. This is not going to be beneficial. This is not going to create self-growth. Do you hear the difference? You choose your self-talk. You choose what you hear. You choose what you feel. And you choose if you're stuck or not. Make sure you are in control and not your mind. So remember that being stuck is not a life sentence. It can be undone. You can become unstuck by consistent action. Create willpower, create discipline, create a new mindset. Make sure that you're okay with being uncomfortable. Make sure you are okay with whatever is coming. Make sure you are okay with experiencing fear for the unknown. Make sure that you, in 1 year time, looks back to this version of you and says, wow, I've come so far. And I've done it through willpower, through discipline, and being very uncomfortable from time to time. Get yourself unstuck. I hope the assignment helps you, and I hope that this video or this podcast has helped you. If there's anything that you would like to ask, please reach out. I have a community with like-minded people where we discuss all these things through my WhatsApp or Facebook channel. Let's get connected. I can't wait to hear from you or hear your story, and I can't wait to kick your ass and make sure that you move into the right direction. Thank you so much for today, guys. My name is Sjoerd. Thank you so much for being here. Stay focused on what it is that you want. Stay focused on your goals, your dreams, and your desires, and just go get it. Make it happen, take action, and I see you in the next one.